Hey stoners, welcome to the stream, and I want to give a warm welcome to the Critter Factory. And for those who don't know, it's this classic thing where you have a grappler right in the middle, then some nice little critter launchers. So we did just one hit with it, and you'll see it in action. Almost everyone's running heavy choppers now. Got these poor little heavies coming out. So grappler's like, look, there's a heavy right there. Let's bring it over. Bunch of critters come out. And that's how you get like a infinite spawn of critters. Especially now when we have 100 building health. Keeps on spawning. Unless of course they shock, but it takes a lot of GB either way. Hey Skrill James is in the chat. What's up Jonathan Brahamdo? And it's finally time, like, we talked about the Critter Factory even in sneak peeks. And with maybe like a week to go in this season, and see it in action. It may be a little different with the Sky Shield bug, but we'll try a few out. Without the Sky Shield, who knows, maybe switch to a different proto. But, 6 ERs are like around 230 times, and even if you go really safe, maybe like 2 minutes. But our first hit with building health got like a 120 on us. Maybe a bit promising for those rushing to 7 ER. It's just really slow going all the way around so many buildings. But I think we can jump right in. We did pick up mortars and critter launchers early at 6 ER. Did skip both this dead end and this other one. And right now just picked up building health. Hey Captain Jack, Messi, what's going on? Thanks Justin. Rollo Matt saying, should you get Sparky and 3 boom cannons? You want to just stay 6 ER for a long time, finish a season there, then yeah, I think it's solid. Otherwise, maybe keep on moving. So here's our first test against some other guy with 100 building health. Another Critter Factory. And I guess we'll see. He does have 150 troop damage. Maybe bombers can work. Maybe not. It's only 4 arts for a shield. Really, it shouldn't be. It should be like 8. So we'll blow up one of the shields and I think just keep on having this grappler shocked. Otherwise, maybe just spread everyone out. Could go with 3-5. And why don't we art out the right one so we can get the boom cannon too? So spread these guys out, get a shot going on the grappler. And don't want to do Kavan too early. Maybe even some critters on the right. Keep the HC protected. Just keep on shocking that stuff. Alright, 1 HC down. And maybe let's get Kavan going right now. I always want to shock this junk. Let's do one more second wind and maybe it's okay with the grappler. Got some bombers hitting the seals now. Maybe we'll do a critter on the right side. A few mines on the left. And rocket is being a big pain too. Now these guys looking okay. One's on the right. Do want to shock pretty soon. It's still taking a bit of a while. Let's get one more shock on this side. I think pretty soon just start flaring up towards the middle. Like once that boom cannon goes down, go ahead flare these snipers down. Still gonna be slow because we got 2 more ERs towards the back. These snipers on the left, so kind of kites everyone that way. Then maybe do a split flare. Hey Martini. If we get enough bomber splitting, then we're happy. And I think it's okay. Maybe just use some GB on left and right. I think he might have got us by a few seconds at 150 troop damage. But we can art out, let's say, the right side. Still a lot slower than going anything with 6 ER. Getting like a 145. There might be only 3 people who have a critter factory. Got around 2 minutes. Yeah, well, that makes sense. That one RC might have saved him all that time. And then just bombers towards this side. It's really smart with that RC. And then worrying about some snipers right there. 3 feet, vegetarian pig. In that case, we can move a few snipers up there. At least force him to use some shocks or something. That's a real cool hit though. Here, why don't we do that? Oh, we have some extra mines. I don't know if people are really using critters, so now let's move a few of them around. In case someone wants to use critters for those snipers. Snowdrop, is it viable to critter out one of those back ERs? I think technically maybe, but might be tough if you're using so much GB over here. Yeah, just one critter right there. Let's do something like this. Maybe on just both sides. Means no critters for or no mines for the ERs, but I'm sure they can manage. Let's get just one more on this side. And try this out. Because the other option later on, if we don't want to use sky shields, is switch both of these guys to a damage amp. Make it really nasty. But we'll keep on going and see. Random and 5 ER, no sky shield. Should he go 6? Yeah, as soon as you can get heavy choppers and troop damage, I'd probably go 6. And if you saw our videos, we picked up artillery and heavies, really helping us out. Hey, thanks Famita. Yeah, I wonder if Sky Shield or damage amps are going to be good with the critter factory. Even only have 3 critter launchers, not 4 like some people. This guy here with 100 building health. How many diamonds we get in Legend? If you finish, I think it's like 750. On these more spread up bases, like using more choppas. You can still take a bomber for maybe helping out on one side. Hey Tao, what's going on? Maybe like RCs from the left. Bomber should do something. He does have 100 building health, so we're gonna be a bit slower. Yeah, I think so, Veggie Pig, just this account. Only one with the critter factory. So let's get these guys going. Maybe even an early second wind. Try to have the HCs up in front, so we don't have to shock that boom cannon. Because now the bomber should go towards the bottom, get some work done. And maybe one more flare once that cannon goes down. We'll wait just a bit. Don't want to flare there. Alright, maybe something like this. It's messy, but the HCs go the right way, it'll be fine. So you got maybe one chopper down. Now a bomber should get these ERs, RCs for the top. I don't know, maybe we can clear this bottom, but looks tight on GB. Well, there's a chance that bombers could get it too. Got two of them working on that stuff. Lose one to that cannon. See if the bombers are nice and they're gonna move along. And maybe still a few critters on this side. Rocket distracted. A few more crits. But we'll kind of see. Maybe a few more arts on that side. I don't know, still around the same time, like 2 minutes. Can be 150 next chest. No, I think it's gonna take more like 2 chests for it. Yeah, we're the classic 2 keys short. But after that, it's really the end of 7 ER, so maybe going for like Troop Health after, some other protos. It's already a Doom Cannon is nasty, but imagine having it with some damage amps. Hey Axel, what's going on? No, it's a classic 2 key short. If only we were in Diamond, like a chest sooner. And another guy with the Critter Factory. Bunch of these guys out there. I don't know if we can do the RC trick, probably not. Unless we use a bunch of GB up there. But maybe still try our hit, spreading everyone across. Last time our HC on the left died kinda early, so maybe do a shock on that BC. Otherwise do a critter, but it's tough with those machine guns. So we can art that guy out. And let's do an early shock here, and one on that BC. Critter on this side. Longer we keep heavy choppers alive, the better. And just keep on shocking the grappler. Maybe start Kavan right now. Get an early second wind. Hopefully just one more shock. Got that rocket being annoying. Yeah, we can do a couple critters. Keep these guys alive. Right side not looking great. Yeah, imagine Doom Cannon on this kind of base. Yeah, even more nasty. Well, good thing rockets on the right looking at heavies. Maybe want to shock pretty soon. Got one bomber being nice. You know what, we'll do a shock maybe just right now. Can't flare just yet, but we'll get something back. Some bombers on the left side. No, again, going up for the snipers. Big reason why we want Troop Health right after. So nasty with that under building damage. See if we get a good split. As long as there's some bombers left and right, then I think we're okay. Yeah, it should be good enough. Maybe even some more bombers. See, a little slower than the other hit. Maybe like a 140 or something. What, 137? Is that gonna be the meta for Critter Factory? He had 150 TD2. Just a couple of seconds. Looks like same kind of hit. Using critters for that sniper. And even without arting the shield, Critter Factory didn't seem to do a whole lot. At least compared to our hit, always shocking it. Got the micro right there. I mean, they were stalled for quite a few seconds. Hey, Arrow of Light, what's going on? And poor Kavan too. Because the rocket's doing a lot. Could it be time to max medkits too? Ours is still level 1. By the way, he had 150 TD and still, what, 139? And just getting those flares out. With a BC from the factory. I guess we could. You want our heavy trap is dying soon? Why don't we do something like this? Because the faster the HCs die, the better. Kill the troops before they get critters. Because the faster heavy choppers die, then, well, more heavies for the grappler to get. Because left boom cannon should help out. Maybe on the right too. Shouldn't be right next to it. So how about something like this and hey, even right next to each other? How about that? We don't need cannons next to the Critter Factory. Especially when you got enough right there. Maybe move one machine gun. Now we got cannons here and there. Enough mortars too. Luke, don't like that base? Yes, a bunch of cannons. You want to make a really mean Critter Factory. I mean, it's still one shock, but someone's gonna do it. They gotta waste his shock, then so be it. And maybe just leave it like that. But cannons just out of range. Could even do a couple more mines because you did critter out that sniper right there. Or just give it a good old machine gun treatment. If only we had enough buildings. Go for 4 CLs. Do you want to be that mean? I'm just worried about diamonds if anything. Even how to get the boom pass because I already wasted so much. And what do people think? Should we go for 4 CLs? I mean, should be a little better than 3 shock launchers. Only reason we had 3 SLs was a 6 ER meta with some heavy chopper rush. Let's just move this mortar a bit. This ER like 1 tile. Yeah, how about something like this? Four mortars. Boom cannons doing okay. How's our red tide account doing? We just chest collected yesterday. So I think fell into 22, but just saving until 7 ER. As if these one tiles are gonna make a difference. Now we'll go like this. Our RC's on the base. I think I'll hit by a couple of them. But maybe okay. Though shields aren't doing so much, kinda wanna go for other protos. Whether you'll make it have a damage amp or I think one of them a shock blaster. Hey Claudio, what's going on? Got some people earlier too. Hey, what's up Keith? Hey Direwolf, Korean Thunder, Jonathan Newman, like to see a Mega Critter one day. You know, we kind of had that in the, what was it? Super Troop Crab? Anniversary Crab? Critter with the same health as a Scorcher. Does a Shock Blaster stop HCs from dropping heavies? You know, I never really tested it. It kind of makes sense if it does. Maybe it just delays, you know, the next heavy drop. But it's pretty mean too with that 100 building damage. Alright, 24. Another guy with building health and troop damage. So it's either people who kind of stayed in Legend or these guys with no mortars, critter launchers, skipped a bunch of stuff. I think I still want to go with, I don't know, bombers or RCs. Tempted to go RCs, but maybe bombers is just faster. Especially when there's no critter launchers. Otherwise, we just have to go all the way around. Yeah, let's get some bomber action going. Guys won't know until we try. Get two going, maybe like right here. And we'll do just 3 bombers because I want to delay a few for the side ERs. Kavan can be still delayed too a bit. Want to watch out for some mines. Get the 1 HC bomber going in just a bit. And let's get going right now. Other bomber with Kavan on the right side. See what bomber's gonna be good. Yeah, they might be. Could even have GB to critter out 1 ER. So in fact, we'll go ahead and just art this shield. Kavan's getting popcorned. So let's hope the micro dies pretty soon. Otherwise, might need 1 more shock. Got a few bombers working on it. Come on, barely alive. Now we can do some critters here. Shock the top side. I think that should be enough critters and maybe just do 1 more shock. Get another critter going too. Let's see, 1 more shock right there. So many arts too for the shields. Got 4 of them. And then we'll send that last flare. Matthew got diamond yesterday, nice. Should he park or try pushing? I guess if you want to try, there's nothing wrong with keep on going. Could be a could attempt to just see if it still works. Let's see, 2 minutes. It is 150 troop damage. 8 seasoned bombers. I don't like how even without dealing with a shield, it's getting that fast. But that's kind of smart too, I guess, using brick cluster. Get some damage on it. Or just this whole layout, dealing with the critter launcher so early. Because otherwise, if you don't deal with the sky shield, you have more GB to deal with the rockets. And got a bit of an okay split too. I think if you can get to 6 ER and stuff, probably get to 22, maybe even 23. So I'd say it's worth a shot. Because the Critter Factory is working, but maybe it should work a bit more. But heavies on this side. So not dealing with the shield means shocks on like rockets and stuff. You know, I bet this guy doesn't even have Kavan. That's how he's so fast to get to 7 ER. All the stuff at the end. His other idea for a base was some damage amps. Maybe we should try that out. Because at least right now, Sky Shields, I mean, they're not doing so much. Even later on with that art bug, it's only 4 arts. It's either that or we should just be faster, but maybe give damage amps a try pretty soon. We should have been a bit faster too. Maybe still trying RCs from one side. The critter one over here. Well, yeah, Shock Blaster would help, right? Get one going super early, like right there. And then a damage amp across all of it. Alright, we'll try 1 or 2 more and see what people think. Hey Wyatt, what's going on? Guess we're Stonehenge today. So either keep Sky Shields or switch to Damage Amp. Or let's see what people want to see. I was even thinking of 2 damage amps, but maybe a Shock Blaster could help out. Sucks that the one at 6 ER isn't a Shock Blaster. Imagine having 2 of them. Two damage amps on the side with rockets. I mean, it would look cool, but there's not a lot of space for other buildings. You want a damage amp, you want to pile up every possible building there. Make it super nasty. Or hey, even do 1 Sky Shield. Still make them bard it out, otherwise it's free shocks. Yeah, 2 Shock Blasters, but the second one is same with the Grappler. And then there's no more Critter Factory. Hey Spartan, what's going on? In fact, there is 3 damage amps. Gonna be super nasty to people. I think we'll see a lot more, especially next couple chests. Because if compacts are the best base, you know, even with troop damage, maybe don't even get barrage. Because he saw the fastest hits on us, didn't even worry about the sky shields, just powered through it. Unless we still change it up just a bit. I'm sure we can manage something. Heavy squad leaders, amp base. Imagine if we had the squad leaders this season. Claudio spread out might be faster since you can just take 2 HCs. Yeah, and just less damage on you, so you can just move around the base. Though if that's meta, then maybe take Barrage since you can Bard at 1 ER, something like that. Hey Bulldogs, Adam, what's going on? Got some stoner members in the chat. This one, our first 7 with only 50 BH. Maybe just go from one side. Still think RCs work better on these kind of scattered bases. Looks a bit easier to critter out. Well, it's almost symmetric, but we'll go from the left side. And maybe even just ignore that cannon. Like Killis Mortar, flare on left. And wait just a bit. You know what? I'll just flare right away. Want to avoid a shotgun at boom cannon. Just kind of watch that sniper, see where they all go. Let's get one more flare going. Want the RCs moving up. Bombers are kind of okay there. Such a nasty sniper. Go ahead, do a critter for that stuff. Just kind of watch those guys go. See if the bombers spread pretty good. Otherwise, we can even critter out this bottom side. There's a few of them with some shocks. Hey, Commander Rob, what's going on? So if we want to critter this bottom side, let's go ahead and maybe just critter on top of that machine gun. Shock the bottom there. 3 critters going. Shock that rocket too. Rocket's still nasty with that 100 building damage. It's still classic once we go to 7 ER and get some new tech, doing the worst hits on other bases. Hey, what's up, Flint? Like, we should get these times in 100 BH, not 50. Getting around 2 minutes. What's up, only me, Flint, Michigan? Are super fast to 157. It looks like it's kind of working out. He's the first guy to meet us with only 100 TD, so that's a big change too. Matthew asking, are the Sky Shield bugged now? Yeah, for some reason, Barrage and Art does double damage. So it makes these bases a lot weaker. Like, it should take 8 artillery for a shield, but only takes 4. It's one of the reasons why rocket choppers were so strong at 6 ER, and why maybe you don't even need sky shields. Maybe you don't need sky shields at this point. Not only because of that, but you saw people just ignore them. But Suleiman asking, appreciate that. Space Donkey, barely staying in Diamond. You know, maybe we'll do a video tonight on dealing with those 7 ER bases, especially as a 6 ER, because it's almost the same kind of offense. Sometimes you can be faster, getting like a 230 plus time. Nice white, the top 500. Yeah, now we're coming into the final stretch. Just about a week to go in the season. Hey, Dr. Andre, what's going on? Adam, defib would be great this season. Yeah, maybe any temporary ability would. Cool to have new stuff like that. This one feels more like an OG season, back to basics. Right now it's kind of close. Wants to keep sky shields and get other stuff. Oh, there we got a 6 ER. I'm even worse on these 6 ER hits once you go 7. Like, we'll try going super safe from the right side. Luckily he's got no Doom Cannon. I think just going from the right, flaring right, and going for this ER. I guess we could do one bomber and Kavan. And like art this stuff. Yeah, we can try that out. Now he's got 150 GP and a bunch of boom cannons. So you know what, let's do Kavan and that bomber first. And then just go from this side. When the machine gun's almost dead, drop the HCs, RCs. Can go ahead and bar out this. Because the shields will take a little while. Especially with 2 of them covering that ER. I don't really gotta worry about the left side. Bomber should outrange most of that stuff. If anything, worry about these like 10 boom cannons. Critter launcher being annoying too, so go ahead and smoke those guys. RC barely in range. Make sure we got a shock it. And I think just do a second win, why not? We won't have enough for... well, maybe. Guess we will have enough for 2 sky shields. That's how strong the bug is. We're gonna flare in just a bit, maybe once that sniper dies. Let's see, come on sniper. So get that going now. Of course he missed that cannon. And then get that one last flare. So even being super ultra safe, I guess getting like a 220 time. That guy's not gonna finish. See how good the Critter Factory was. So Critter Factory versus full-on HCs. And 3 shock launchers. And it's still working. Every time the critters go up in front, you gotta worry with like 1 or 2 seconds. And all that time adds up. Having like a million critters following you. Well, maybe shows you that we won't have to worry about HC Rush at 7. Maybe just bombers. Microwave making some good popcorn too. Yeah, I didn't really like that 6 ER you could have Heavy Chopper Rush. I mean, it's an easy hit, sure, but all they're doing is just dropping everyone, blurring ERs. This is a Critter Factory we like. I've always thought it was a cool defense because it's a one building where it's technically infinite. As long as troops are there, you can always have more critters out. Guess you could art that out, so why don't we move this one tile closer? The Bulldog's getting around 215, 220s on 7s. Yeah, we'll try to face a few in the tonight. Because that's a thing too when chest collecting. How do you beat other engine rooms when you're one behind? You think Suleiman, Matthew saving shocks for the end and go for Hail Marys? Yeah, especially on RC hits. Because, you know, when you throw critters or shocks, critters land maybe like a second or two later. So when I try using critters towards the end, then lands too late, boom cannon shoots an RC. So I try to just use critters at the start and, you know, save shocks for the end. Because then you know for sure it's going to be pinned down. Don't have to think about which mines to avoid, flames and stuff. Wow, and the more things go, the closer the vote gets. Even 50-50 now. Now we skipped yesterday's vid because it's already like 2 days of chest collecting. And you know how fun chest collecting is. Being in prison for a few days. Now tonight will be a bit more collecting, and I think tomorrow we'll just go at open up 7 ER. In a few more days and see what 7 does for us. Now it's kind of turning the tides. More people want to keep Sky Shields. Hey Leon, Southern Style, what's going on? Because if you do change, then I'd probably put a Shock Blaster like somewhere in the middle, even where that shock launcher is, and then a damage amp too. Like damage amping the crit launchers, it's not going to do much. Really only impacts rockets and they're on the sides. But even if we have one damage amp here, another on that side, someone can just shock it. So it could be that, not that Sky Shields are the best, but the least worst option. Sometimes just a lesser of two evils. Still wonder how that meta's gonna be. People are gonna like that Critter Factory. All those compact bases. Got Posse Knockout in the chat. Thanks for the diamonds, time savers. Yeah, no problem. Was a cool thing we could give away. Speaking of, forgot to redeem it on this account. Yeah, maybe later. Expires on the 30th, so plenty of time. Because this one was kind of slow. It's almost the same hit, but he has only 100 troop damage. No 150. And the fastest on us was this, I think, 2 minutes. Well, that's before we change the base. Just doing a 4-4. Brick of all heroes and almost ignoring the sky shields. Because if you put damage amps in the middle, you want to do like more boom cannon, stuff like that. Now we'll make a nasty base at some point. Especially the next couple of days, because for us that's our big push point. We never stop the season when we finish a tree. We stop the season when we have the max effective tech. And now it's already started with building health. Next get some troop damage, troop health, finish up all the main boosts. And maybe like a couple protos, maybe multi-nodes, and in like 2-3 days we should be done. The longer we play the season, then the more tech other people get. So then it's less of an advantage. Got Tim in the chat too. I don't know who let the stone cook. Cooked up a fun little career factory. Man, we should do 4 critter launchers. Now we'll see a bit. I say I don't want to waste diamonds, but last crab helped us a ton. Maybe like 3-4k diamonds from crab. Even more so next time because it got hasty. Breaking some more world records. How many years we played the game? Kind of started in 2020. It was more like a pandemic game. And it kind of just took off. I actually didn't even get to warships at the start. It was mainly operations. Fun little map clearing too. The warships just kind of changed everything. You know, some games have their balance changes every month. And that's how I see warships. Every season's different. One time you get heavy Zooks at 2 ER. One time you get warriors, then mechs or bombers. Different every single time. Hey, what's up, Bray? What's so special about Hasty Crab? You know, everyone likes being speedy. And hopefully with some... Well, we'll see if there's any changes coming up. I mean, usually there's sneak peeks before Crab. Maybe they got something special planned, maybe not. Matthew asking, do we prefer a season like this one, offense-based, or more defense? Which on some level, I think this is kind of both. Like it was, I guess, a little defense very early on, then rocket choppers came on. But then late 5 years back to defense, and 6 years offense. I think both are kind of cool. Not a critter factory because no grappler, but a compact base. You know, maybe try a 4-4 drop. Like, do we really need 5 bombers? And then we know to use critters on that sniper. Shock some boom cannons early on. Just get these guys going. We'll do maybe a couple shocks. Get critters on that sniper. Maybe another shock on the right side. Keep that heavy chopper alive. With only one sky shield, we can art out 2 CLs. And now just kind of save GB a bit. Even helps that he has only level 3 rockets. Shall we do 1 shock for that? Well, first we'll do critters on that sniper. And we'll let it burn through that critter launcher. If anything, maybe worry about those mines. Just clear a few more buildings. Maybe even no flares. If we get a good split, then that's all we need. Our split, kinda sucks. Maybe with one flare on that sniper, could move some guys around. Because our flare is only level 3, so 11 seconds, and once it expires, see where they go. So that made 2 more bombers go on the left side. Still not like a super fast time, but better with 50 building health. No flares needed, so let them go. Got 207. See what this guy's going. Still seems kind of fast for only 100 troop damage. Hey Kyrian, Samir, what's going on? Because we're looking at their offense too. He gets a 148 with 100 TD. Then could be a lot faster with 150. Going just 3-5. They kind of really want that 4th critter launcher now. It's not like that shock launcher is doing much. Maybe an early 2nd one helps. Get more rifle, distract stuff. Just burning through that critter factory. Oh, it's still doing something. Got some heavies on the far left. Alright, let's get that 4th critter launcher. Tragic, 350 diamonds. Keep that 2 SLs, 1 right behind the ER. Hey Mike Darby, what's going on? Maybe move that cannon a bit. And even this one too. Let's do something like this. Some way to kind of spread out the rockets. We do that. Maybe it works a little better. So at least that way, you can't shock the rockets in just one go. Now the critters should be a little better. You do that, then you can flare it, so you need the ERs in those places. And maybe just go like this. I think the micro is doing more harm than good. I don't know where else to put it. Like some people have it towards the back, but still I don't really know about that. Unless you put it smack dab in the front, like the first building. But then the bombers just kill it fast too. Maybe like a weird spot towards that left side. Like where did most of the heavies go? No, you're right, it's killing the heavy a bit faster. Like maybe a micro on the left side. Because one of the last buildings to go down was these two. So putting the micro there. You know, that's a pains of base building. Always gotta make changes. Now we can try something like this. Get a boom cannon further down. kill the heavy choppas. Let's try something like this. Boom mines further back, so it gets maybe more than one heavy. Yes, we can go like that. Anything on this side? Maybe even a few boom mines. We don't need all of these ones here. Let's move this one. Especially for those heavy choppers dying early. Front seal won't see grapple troops. True, but I also wanted to hit like whatever's over here. Especially on the last hit where this guy did a bunch of second wins. Like that means these critters right here and that heavy is a bunch of rifles. They're gonna get hit by the critter launcher. Just get stalled early on. Shocking the left side. Yeah, we can run a bit like this. Gramsing maybe amped up rockets under Sky Shield. And we were thinking about that too. I don't know about one Sky Shield though. I feel like it's gotta be either 2, 4, or nothing. And it'll take a long time since 4 Sky Shields. Maybe stop the season before then. But I like the sound of 1 Shock Blaster, maybe a damage amp. This guy with 100 building health, 150 TD. So maybe go like an RC bomber split. Good try from the right side. And maybe that should work out. Shock Blaster there too. And after the cannon goes down, maybe flare more on the right side. Get that sniper down. Move over there. And then watching that BC. Because if you keep watching it, then you know for sure whether you need a shock or not. Here, just in case, we'll get one down. Let's get a critter going for that sniper. And then maybe just one more flare pretty soon. Or you know what? Now we'll just let them go. Kavan's kind of okay too. Get some second winds going. 1 RC almost dead on the left side. Now we can wait once that Shock Blaster is down. And then maybe just do 1 flare, move everyone around. And then 1 more critter there. As if we're lucky, then some of those bombers go to that ER. Can use critters right there. Was it worth it? Probably not. Because we got almost none of them. Need bombers on this ER. Still do a few arts in the Sky Shield. He has 100 building health, so it's going to take 4 of them. Then do a few medkits. Even take 1 medkits, not protecting from a rocket. Alright, we'll do 1 last second wind, get a shot going. Still not really a good time, but see a 152. Especially before we get troop damage. You know what? Looks okay. Maybe he did try to critter out that back ER. It's already dead. Or use like 1 RC for it. Either way, getting a pretty slow time. Hey, it's up there. Welcome to the stream. Micro front so the grappler doesn't pick up weak troops. Well, it was only that one base, right? With the guy using second wind, critters early. I don't really mind the sky shields anymore. I think making some base changes really helping us out. And if it's been this long with the pull, yeah, I think people want to keep sky shields. So he's doing that one little RC trick. It looks like this time only for maybe 1 ER. I think him and one other guy still don't have Kavan, so why they're taking brick. But you see how annoying that critter factory is. Every time a critter comes up in front, it gets stalled by like half a second, 1 second. And if he has to go from one side, then those rockets being annoying. And maybe the RC on the right side just died because he's going straight to that sniper. And could it be too late for a shock? Or just the fact that, well, there's no Kavan. All those critters. This was even the classic base, like, in some of the seasons with the same deck layout. It's a compact like this, but even back then it was way before critter launchers. That's why I think any season you have critter launchers, you just gotta have lasers. They're the perfect balance between each other. If you have just one, or especially if you only have critter launchers and no lasers, now it's really tough. Because then you pop open a compact and it's pretty nasty. No, I still like this micro on the left side. Maybe with 100 building damage you can damage amp the rockets. That could be a good option. Here we got a 6 ER, 150 GB, and 7 boom cannons. Now we can try being safe from the left side. Go with like a 3-5, clear almost all the buildings. Maybe even a few bombers. Yeah, I've seen some hits where some bombers help out. So it's like 1-4 and then 1-2. It's only one sky shield, so we can art that out. Maybe even the doom cannon too. Just want to wait a bit on the left side. Get some HC bomber action. Because if you drop it too early, then they're going to go towards the right. I think once that engine on the right goes down. So we can start dropping them right now. Get rid of that doom cannon. And then pretty soon get Kavan going too. Of course he missed that cannon, but I think we should be okay. We'll get one more shock in just a bit. Let's get a second win so Kavan stays on the left side. Maybe he stays on the left side. And I think just a critter on the right. One more shock on this CL. And now to save GB for getting that shield. Gonna need 3 arts. Which we should have enough once these guys go down. Maybe start flaring just a bit. Once that BC is down. Try to keep that RC alive. And now just go for a flare. Got some RCs going. Bombers too. And let's hope a safe like 215 is enough. That's what I like about getting so much at 7. It can be a lot safer on these 6 ERs. Maybe even barding up both shields. It looks pretty slow. Let's say a sub 140 time. Still only with 100 troop damage. Got some brick action too. RC is getting 140. Well, it makes sense with GB, a bit more offense. Maybe just going from one side, going around the world. Using both barrage and art, killing 2 shields. Well, that's one way to deal with the critter factory. Get all the bark going. Still has a fair amount of GPU. And if someone gets barrage and 150 right now, it'll be pretty late to all the 7 ER stuff. Because again, even if we take damage amps, gotta move some buildings around. Because amps right now would only do what? Critter launchers? We're gonna amp up big stuff like cannons, boom cannons, rockets. But still 140 ain't bad either. If anything, I would do like 1 shield right here, and maybe a shock blaster right next to it. Or just damage amp like all this good stuff right here. If these gaps weren't there, then it'd do something. Make more of a compact up in front. But these gaps kind of force you to put buildings just around it. Except maybe on this side. That side we kind of like. Which, speaking of, maybe keep that machine gun right there. Because I think it's not doing much anyways, especially towards the back. And for people who want to use critters on this side, need a machine gun right there. And it's better we find out what protos are good now, so don't have to swap too much on, let's say, our red tide account. I think that one was lucky and only had to swap once this season. So better keep it a bit steady. Hey Juan Carlos, should you pick up critter launchers before 6ER? I think it's either if you want to stay in prison all the way till building health, or just get critter launchers now. I think either option works, whether you want to push now or wait later, or do the opposite. Hey Gaza, what's going on? How's your season going? And even forget about Protoss, we still have a lot of multi-nodes too. Since we're running a compact, maybe for that 1 at 5 year, we're not going to pick up 2 cannons. Instead we'll go with 4 snipers, just more buildings for everyone to deal with. We still have 3 more boom cannons. Should put a dent into both bomber and RC hits. Don't think we'll get this one anytime soon, because it's 74 keys just for 1 building. At least over here, you know, troop health helps us, so does 4 snipers, and then it's only 30. And if we need like 1 more chest of a push, yeah, 2 more cannons here. And whether or not bombers or RCs are going to be meta at 7, I think we can manage either way. Because everyone has both troops. It's not like we're just split half and half. Yet it's a one benefit about this season. Since the 2 main troops are on the path, it's kind of like no option. If you try bombers and a good rocket ship hit works, all you gotta do is swap troops. Hey Beowulf, what's going on? Saw you were doing some good pushing this season. No, still not a fan of Sky Shields. Not when we see people can just ignore them or BART them out. Guys, not a bad season, just mid 21, saving for 7. Well, you know, that's good enough. As long as you're collecting in diamond, it's all that matters. So whether you're in 21 now or 23 or 25, it's still chest collecting either way. Which I kind of noticed that a lot this season. Every time you get a new engine, there's not a lot right away. You kind of have to wait a bit. Like after 4, there's, you know, medkits GB. It's not like that was a big push. Super excited with medkits. Or even 5 VR. I guess for some people, rocket shock launches were good, but you're rushing to rocket choppas and not really. Same with 6-2, like that smoke being almost 30 keys really put you a bit behind. And it's not like these 4 nodes after 7 are useless, it's just nothing super exciting. All the exciting stuff is way at the end. I think that's part of the reason that the old ER can kind of beat the next one. Why dirty 5s can beat early 6s. And for a long time, dirty 6s could beat 7s. I kind of like tree designs where as soon as you open a new engine, something really cool is right in front of you. The next 1 or 2 unlocks. Nearly asking any advice for a good 6-year base? That depends on what you have. Just let us know if you have, what is it, mortars, critter launchers, and how many protos. So based on that, it makes a big difference. For me to open chests in every match, lose a bunch of stars. When we were chest collecting earlier, I think on Lightbringer, maybe like 2 -18s back to back. But again, diamond is diamond. It's only different if you're on the cusp of gold and diamond. Then maybe you wanna make sure you win more than you lose. You know, it's fun losing 34 stars in 2 hits. Hey, what's up, Junie? Guys are saying any use for brick? We did max it on this account, because early on using like HCRC with brick, and maybe that's still a thing later on at 7, but I wouldn't upgrade her. I think better save those tokens to max out rockets sooner, make sure you have max art. Zendo saying boom mines after 7. Yeah, we picked those guys up. I think it's more nasty for bombers. And maybe even heavies too. You know, normal mines are a lot weaker, especially now that troop health affects critters. And shock mines just slow you down, they don't actually kill stuff. Like sure, we're making a critter factory to stall people, but maybe also make them fizzle too. Because if it works and it's the best tech, then might as well do it. Need a good base for 6 to hold diamond. Sky Shield, DC Hotpot. And we made a new one on Red Tide. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't good either. Let's see, which one was it? Maybe try something like this. Like, we don't have mortars, but we put critter launchers on this side. Like, some people still go to fast time, but more so with having barrage or extra GB. So maybe it's worth a shot. Bulldogs max brick to do heavy chopper rushing. I don't think it's a mistake. Sure, you're maybe a few tokens behind right now, especially if you don't have max rockets, but you'll catch up eventually. Besides, there's still a full week left in the season. Plenty of time to make a good push in. Even if you wait till the very last day, just play a few good hours and get what rank you want. Still remember that fun, I think it was that 1 week season. Last day we did a stream rank 1 to diamond. Only worked that season because the tree was so cheap, but it still worked. Like even if you hit diamond, you know, a week or 2 in the season, on the last day you can push from 21 to like 24, 25. Just have a good base, do some good hits, and lock in. Hey, what's up, David? Thanks for that. Do you know, on that account I'm thinking that I almost hope that Sky Shields are still a meta, because we already picked one of them up. We got 1 Sky Shield, 1 Doom Cannon. I really want to know if damage amps are good before that account gets that proto. But it'll be enough time. Hey Mohammed, what's going on? David been trying to get further in gold. Nice troop damage after 7 ER. And those heavies should really help out. Hopefully you got art too. When you do HC rush, do you mostly flare the engines? Well, not always. Sometimes you want to clear a few buildings at the start, especially if there's like a flame or machine gun, or you need a bit of more GB. Because the main threat are shock launchers and shock mines. So you use art to clear shock mines, and there's a shock launcher like kinda next to the ER. Then you can flare that down and then the engine. And I guess this season also worry about that micro and hotpot. Juan Carlos, are they gonna pack the Sky Shield bug? I don't know if they're gonna patch it this season. It's been reported. They're investigating. I still say hopefully they do. I mean, Sky Shields are, you know, for sure a good pickup. But just in case they don't, that's what we're kind of testing out. That our Sky Shield's still strong, even with only taking half as many arts, half as many barrage. Because again, right now it's kind of good. You know, stopping someone from using shocks right away. And for those RC players flaring those 2 ERs, they gotta deal with that. The only other, you know, really good options might be making this one a shock blaster, or just 2 damage gems. Would be amazing if this one had a shock blaster in it. Then I think it's no question. Otherwise, keep on going like this. Yeah, full front defense layout. Well, it's the only way you can really have a Critter Factory. Make it super nasty. I think so far pretty good. Though we're kind of slow on the other 100 BH. Because on a more spread out base, we're trying some rocket choppas. It's kind of working, but maybe better when we have droop damage. We all love spinning wheels, therapeutic. Now it's the best part about pushing like this. Seeing how long it takes to find someone. Yeah, I do like the Red Tide base. We copied it from some guy in like, I think 24. He had some more buildings like mortars, extra Sky Shield. But you don't need every single building on a base to copy. Sometimes it's good enough just as the overall design. What's our goal for Hasty Crab? You know, we were almost gonna not play Hasty. So the last crab, it took a long time to push. But might have a special guest next crab stream. So only because of that, you know, we'll do a few of them going. Actually really excited about next crab stream. But if the last crab was 500, who knows, maybe something around there. Now we got a match. 7 ER, 50 building health. Maybe go with mainly some RCs. Even can try with no bombers. Because otherwise, if you take bombers, there's a lot of stuff on this side. You can just go kind of towards the right. Well, between right and left, I guess almost no difference. But I do like the right since there's only 1 ER on the corner. Maybe we should have taken brick instead, but we'll kind of run with this. Hand on shocks, see if we gotta throw them or not. And maybe we don't. But for sure gotta shock that BC. Got some heavies moving on. But just in case, we'll throw a critter right there. Kind of clear all this stuff. Get one more critter going. And then pretty soon we got a flare on the right side. So get some going right now. Got one more shock in that cannon. And now the critters are not really to kill stuff, but mainly just distract buildings. Keep those RCs alive. But looking at it now, I think we'll just max medkits because those tick one are doing nothing. Go ahead, art the shield. Clear a few of those guys. And maybe now just start flaring. Need some shocks on that cannon. Maybe one right here. Do a second wind so it's almost like free critters. And then just a bunch of arts. Especially since it takes a while for that side to go down. 216 on a 7. Well, maybe it's okay. A whopping 20 seconds. Maybe he force closed. At least see the beginning part. Pixel shocking boom cannons. Neat Apex spray. You know, it's been a while since I used to play a season Apex. Maybe this one's too late, but I should try it out more. Bombers from just one side. Oh, that's good. Apex becoming a stoner. 4 weeks from 7 ER. Oh, that's just in time too. Maybe that's why he force closed. We love a good Kavan death. Yeah, and at this point, if there's a million critters, then, well, what are we gonna do? And we gotta watch it again. I remember back in the day, who was it? Major Azul made a video, a Kavan montage. Gotta have someone do that again. It's the best part about a Kavan season. This poor guy, it's like, right there. Doesn't matter. Yes, we do want to max medkits though. Because going from level 1 to max is like triple the healing. And you saw those rocket launchers, how much they do. And if you do that, it means we're kind of like, for sure not gonna max barrage. Well, I think that's okay. Especially the last 2 levels, get the most healing out of it. How do we know what troop comp to take? Well, at least this stream it's a lot from experience. Like on 7s we, are trying a lot of that RC 1 bomber hit. Not working so well. But it looks like full RCs could get the job done. But sometimes it's kind of with precedent. Especially, if you look at old seasons. Like you have season 37 and 39 with almost the exact same layout. That's the main reason we built this kind of base. Looked at a old layout from like 2022, build the same skeleton and just add any new buildings. They didn't have critter launchers back then. so it makes it even more deadly. Where do we think critter launchers pop out critters? You know, that's a good question. They look like a cool building. Maybe there's secret underground tunnels. Go to Gearhart's factory. Well, you can say the same for, what, engineers' critter cannons? How come they have like a million critters inside them? Maybe they got a deal going. Critters give them something, then they pop them out. So how do we beat that base? Well, we saw one good hit, which is just kind of spreading out those HC bombers. We did one, which one was it? I thought we met that base in between. Oh, it was without the grappler. Well, I think something like this, just spread out 4 HCs, 4 bombers. Because the fastest times on us just ignore the sky shields. You know, shocking boom cannons early, because otherwise heavy choppers die. And then just, you know, clear a bunch, make sure you keep the left and right rockets shocked. And once you do a bunch of that, well, maybe this guy got a bit lucky because normally you would flare, but he had some bombers go left and right. And then just finish the base. I almost want to move this rocket just a bit, and then this one a couple tiles. But that's still shockable, so now we can forget it. Run something like this. Especially bombers on the left and right. Yeah, that looks kind of good. Apex is a tiny critter factory inside. Now we have the big critter factory. Beginning of the end of the season. Much benefit from maxing rockets. Not really shock launchers because you still have 4 of them. Only on really specific metas like if it's full on Seekers or Heavy Chopper Rush. Because then you want the extra, you know, health for Seekers barding out shock launchers. And the extra bit of stun time. But on RC or bomber metas like this, it doesn't do too much. In fact, on those metas, it's the opposite, you want to max out rockets. Makes perfect sense for bombers because, you know, they're a bit squishy. But even for rocket choppers, if you get a nasty flanking rocket like even on the base we just matched, then it can do a lot. Force you to do medkits, shock them. But the one thing you never max out, no matter what the meta is critter launchers. Because it's so expensive and for almost nothing. Like at least shock launchers you get almost 3,000 more health. Critter launchers just 1k and it's gonna throw critters either way. We were still kind of holding off on maxing rockets because Barrage is so strong, and maybe do that first. But seeing how good these compact bases are, Barrage isn't going to do too much. We probably won't even get it for the whole season. All we care about is these rockets. And I'm sure we'll play quite a bit for next day or so. Get a good understanding on are Sky Shields really the answer, or some other Protoss. It's a shame about that bug. Sky Shields look so cool. Now it's only 4 arts to take them down. But arts aren't going to be useless either way. You can always use it to kill like one building, or even just if you do a bomber hit, clear some boom mines. Otherwise you only have critters. But we'll try especially once we get that last troop damage, and then just a few other unlocks. But I don't know, seeing this Critter Factory compact base in action, is that good news for you all or bad news? Like, are you gonna be looking forward to this kind of meta? We're trying to hypnotize you with a spinning wheel. You caught us. Make everyone become a stoner. David just played 22 seasons. Was too grindy back then. Now I'm trying to think how grindy it was. I know the stars was a bit higher because, especially before the server split, and that happened way back in season 40. So like over 30 seasons now. Wow, only came back a few weeks ago. Yeah, artillery tick 4 is kinda good too. Only 5 arts for a sky shield. Just saving to max it out. There's always some seasons where you really gotta be careful with what you upgrade. It's why on the Red Tide account we still have only 80 troop health. Because that one change makes us max rockets maybe like 1 or 2 chests sooner. Would we say that you should jump to 7 by itself? Yeah, I think it's pretty good. I think 7 with whatever you got is better than 6. Maybe you'll lose to 6s with like a lot other stuff, like a 6CR with 3 more boom cannons, an extra DC or barrage. But with what you have right now, I think you should just make the jump. Especially going from 2 ramps all the way down to 1. Because you know, deck layouts make a big difference in what the meta is. It's only because we have 1 ramp here, you can even make a front compact. Looks kind of bare too that, you know, really looking forward to 4 more snipers, a doom cannon, 3 BCs right here. 6 mortars is tempting, but if the meta is bombers or rocket choppers, gotta have those boom cannons. One exception is with cannons and snipers, because snipers can still do a lot to both the bomber and RC hits. And those 2 extra buildings play a big impact. Yeah, that's the one big part about warships, huh? What you unlock and upgrade. It's why I loved it when I first started. Like, it doesn't matter how good of a attacker you are, how good of a base builder you are. If you don't unlock the right stuff, then it doesn't really matter. Almost why the couple days before the season, it's kind of fun. Season didn't even start yet, but you're planning out what you're gonna do. Like that tech treat guide we make, isn't made in just like 10 minutes. Not too long either, but maybe like a good few hours of thinking about the tree. Gift in the world. Let's see, where are we at? We met some other guys. I think all of them today. Especially some of them with the Critter Factory going. Got one right here, we mashed on stream. Same with this guy. Everyone's trying that Critter Factory. Well, except maybe Tao. The reason he's so far ahead is kind of a good tech choice too. He got mortars but skipped critter launchers, so he's super early to, 100 building health. Yeah, that's good too. Have that perfect balance of unlock the right stuff and be good at attacking. You gotta have both the direct and indirect parts. And this is also why the final push, it doesn't last like just a few hours. Sometimes, if you're pushing from like 21 to 24, 25, yeah, that can be a few hours. But a final push, like for Legend, could be the span of maybe a few days. So why we started ours right now with building health, and it'll last I think 5 more chests. Getting troop damage, troop health, 4 snipers and a doom cannon. And if we're lucky we can stop it right there. Otherwise maybe go to like 3 more boom cannons. More so just see how it goes. Season 100, it's gonna be fun. I kinda like next season too, just number wise. I don't know, I'm a big Hunger Games fan, and the first book. You got the 74th Hunger Games next season. Hey, what's up, Blazebeard? What's going on? No, I still remember season 50. I call it the... Don't they call it like a Jubilee or something? Or the half a century season? That was a pretty fun one because, Op Destroy helped make the tree with the community. It was a fun like 2 or 3 live streams and everyone chimed in where to put different troops or buildings. Maybe that would be fun to do again. Do like a few streams and make a season out of it. And of course we had some other creators make seasons too. Like this one right here. One and only Chicken designed the tree, the decks. What do we say about 3 boom cannons versus 7 ER? That I'd still go 7. Because 3 boom cannons alone is like over 100 keys. Whereas 7 ER is 150. Like the only losses right now is against other 7s. But 6s are, almost a joke. You can go super slow, super safe, and still do a pretty sizable win. Hey, what's up, Pete? How's life in the Critter Factory? Right now, it's pretty good. I think almost no one above 2 minutes. Just poor guys. That's even before critter launchers. Before our 4th critter launcher. Now, some people have to shock it and are at the shield. Otherwise, you have stuff like this. I mean, we like those critters, right? We need 1,000,000 of them in the base. But hey, at least that shows you that you're not really gonna heavy chopper rush this season. Need some seeker action this season. Now, even if you had seekers, I mean, I don't know, they're not gonna get to this base. I don't think. Hey, David Garcia, Dinesh. We love a good career factory. We're just thinking that, yeah, I don't know if shields are the right proto. Because even the fastest times just ignore them completely. So if they do that, then what are the shields really doing? Yeah, I think so. Apex get 7 ER first. Bulldog's best season a few seasons ago, 2490. And that's awesome too. Like, I think the final push, all you need is, especially a good base, can do that in the last 1, 2, 3 days. Especially get the base going, you know, before everyone copies it. It was so annoying yesterday. We made a new one, only did like 3 hits. And then like a few hours later, everyone had the same design. It's kind of fine this season because, you know, there's 2 seasons in the past that have almost the exact same 7. So we have like catalog of 30, 40 bases to choose from. It's like what people do in Clash of Clans, sell base layouts. God, if the game was bigger, then I bet that'd be a thing. People who don't even have to play the game just know everything about bases. Be like, hey, give me this much, and give you an awesome base. Hey Dev, what's going on? There's only 1 grappler this season. Otherwise, can imagine 2 of them. 2 grapplers, Critter Factory. Clash is nothing compared to Boom and base building. No, at least Clash has like, you know, there's wars and stuff. And it's not as easy just to scout anyone's base. And Boom, once you look at someone on the leaderboard, it's out for everyone to see. Well, I remember there was that one season. It was kind of a bug for the first few hours that you could see no one on the leaderboard. So the only way to make bases or copy them is match someone, and if it's good, just make it yourself. That was kind of a good few hours. Something we never had before. Let's see, where's everyone else who test out this Critter Factory? Everyone's too busy hiding. Still like how it is so far. And after doing, you know, maybe a handful of hits, kind of run with Sky Shields for a while. Unless someone like completely cracks it, then maybe try something new. Get a Shock Blaster out there, Damage Jam. His next steps right now. Again, wait for troop damage. Gonna be the perfect 2 key short next chest. And then go back for this dead end. Troop health helps out on all kinds of hits. 4 more snipers for the compact, Doom Cannon too. And then if anything, maybe just make our way to 3 boom cannons. Like Blaze says, more defense is a way. Dev needs a base for 6 ER, 2 Doom Cannon, Sky Shield. Yeah, there might be some on the leaderboard. I think Ivan was running one. Well, I guess no shield, but you know what? I would try making this kind of base. Just ignore the damage amp and put a Sky Shield on this ER. Didn't face his base, but if he would, then it looks pretty nasty. Apex, thanks for the freebies the other day. Yeah, no problem. It was a fun little thing you could do. It's not much, but hey, it's free time savers, a few diamonds. I'm just hoping for the days that we can give away some skins too. Cause it's been like, I think just over a year since the Boom Pass came out. Cause I know in Clash and other games you can do that. Have like vouchers for free skins. Hey Tuati, what's going on? But you know, since it's been 2 weeks in the season, I mean, how is everyone liking it? We're like 2/3 of the way through, so how would you rate this season compared to like, you know, the last couple? Not only the mini seasons, but even ones before then. Because there was a lot of different metas. It started with Rifle Zooks, then moved on to some bomber hits, then rocket choppas. Even then a weird combo of like rifle, mech, RCs. And even now until HCRC and HC bombers. Still just those two because you can't do much when you don't have lasers or seekers. But it wasn't like always one thing the whole way. Apex, you blame chicken? Maybe it'd be fun to get chicken on call one of these streams. See how he's feeling about the season. Matthew, one of your better seasons to start. That's good. 19 pretty early, but then stalled a bit. It's kind of a big struggle that a lot of people have. Like you can do great in the first few days, but then you need that magic push point from gold to diamond. So why in most of our videos we kind of like to spread it out. Like sure, some people can day 1 go from 1 to like 18 and another day 18 to diamond. Even for most people, you don't have a lot of time to do all that pushing. So I like to more spread out those rank ups. Go like 15 day 1, then 16, 17, so on. Even this season was a little tough. Like we hit diamond with that Doom Cannon at 5 ER. But after we did, a lot of people got everything at 5. Mortars, critter launchers, second Doom Cannon. And at that point you just gotta collect in gold. Only got back once you get heavy choppas, troop damage. But I think now if you got a lot of stuff at 6, Shouldn't be too bad to be in Diamond. You know, HCRC, max heavies, get artillery too. Because after that, it's just the other question. Do you want to get everything at 6 or move on to 7? You know, without the artillery bug, yeah, I wouldn't get it either. Especially not with this end meta where, you know, Barrage and Art isn't super useful with 100 BH. It is with 50, but when you're already at like 6 ER, you can kind of escape it. But that one bug changes everything. You know, going from 6 Rs to take down a shield all the way down to 3. It's big enough where you need artillery, but not so big where you need barrage too. So don't really plan to get that this season. Instead, just go for 7, all that stuff, and then pile up on defense. Especially with all these multi-nodes. You know, some of the best defenses against bombers and even rocket choppers. Because what can we get this season? 7 boom cannons, 11 cannons, 2 DCs. If anything, it kills heavy choppers. The sooner they die, the sooner you don't even finish a base. The bug is an art damage. Well, only with sky shields. So for whatever reason, Barrage and Art does double damage to sky shields. And still, hopefully they fix it soon. It would be nice to get even one more match in, because it's been about a couple hours. I always think even if there's more people up in Legend playing, they're less likely to match a super low rank. Like, I think if there's only one guy in Legend, you know, trying to find a match, then he'll probably see a lot of like 23s even. But if there's like 2 or 3 Legends in matchmaking, maybe not so much. Then like the lowest stars you can match is a bit higher. Well, yeah, the Sky Shield bug, it's been reported. They're investigating it. And maybe it's not a simple fix, so they're still well aware and working on, you know, getting it fixed. And as soon as we know, then can let you all know too. Are we gonna play Lightbringer account? At some point, yeah, but maybe not right now. I think instead we'll save until that account gets building health, and then just do a push then. Dev saying his everyday boom routine. Watch Stone do exactly the opposite what he does. Curse, rinse, and repeat. Should put that on a poster or something. Now maybe do a stream on Lightbringer once it gets building health. Which I think that's gonna be in like maybe 2 or 3 days. Yeah, bug is also on the main base. That's actually how we tested it. Because on main base, Art does like 9,000 damage. So I had a buddy make a level 1 Sky Shield, 20,000 health. And then just one Art almost just kills it completely. I almost want to say, not many make Sky Shields anyways on the main island. Well, maybe helps against those warrior players. Wish we got like a cool warrior tribe. Got that speed going. I've never been a warrior player, so wouldn't know if it really helps out in those kind of hits. I guess when you're hitting the HQ, but they run super fast so bullet lags behind. Hey DB, what's going on? Yeah, we're rocking Lightbringer. Not just those three this season. The Stone, Light, and Red Tide. We had a fun stream too on that account. As soon as we got, I think, was it RCs? Something like that. Alright, we'll give it, let's say, 5 more minutes. And if you don't get a match, that's fine. We can, I don't know, do Dr. T, because we still gotta get it done. We care about that silly little leaderboard. But after that, I think we tested out the Critter Factory. We saw that it's pretty solid against really any kind of base. Might be the meta compared to spread out bases. Algedri thought it was warships only, and the Sky Shield bug is all across everywhere. Have you thought about playing a side game while in queue? And while streaming, maybe not, because I mean, it's a Boom Beach stream, right? But no, when we're playing on the side, we usually have like something else going on. You can do a lot too, like, especially if you do computer work, get something done, keep the tablet on the side. Or if you want to relax, just watch a movie. Streaming is one place where we gotta gap a bit more. Alright, we'll show one more time that Critter Factory in action. And maybe that's just gonna be the meta. 4 critter launchers, a grappler, is a whole lot. And especially if you don't have art, I mean, so many critters at the same time. Because all of them go to these heavies right here. The bombers don't know what to shoot. And poor rockets too. I think I like that new rocket placement. You can't shock 2 of them at the same time. And of course, poor Kavan. So for right now, we'll kind of keep both Sky Shields. Unless someone comes up with a crazy fast hit next day or so. Just rocking with the shields. And even like with 100 BH, it goes from 3 arts just to 4. It's not like they're too strong. Even see some rocket ship hits against them. Which might still be a meta. But at least right now, bombers are looking pretty good at 7. Especially on these compact bases. All those critters out there. And even against 150 troop damage. Still seeing some cool fancy hits. 1 RC towards the back. But you know, it takes time too. Maybe like a solid 15 seconds. And even right here, all those critters moving on ahead. I think the critters shoot every once. In fact, I want to move those cannons too. Because the best part is if there's like no single point right here, then the critters shoot a bunch of times. It's kind of the reason why damage jam doesn't really make sense. Because you would put damage up in the middle and make even nastier boom cannons. But you want the heavies to survive quite a bit. Just means more critters. And sure, it stalls them a ton, wastes time, but more time for other buildings to get them down. And even trying to be aggressive, but still one more ER to go. So if we should change these guys a bit. Maybe something like that. Because those cannons are really just for any rocket choppers towards the back end. I don't really want them to, kill stuff that the grappler gets. A couple other hits right here. And James is right too, why should move the microwave. Want the heavies to survive quite a bit. And even moving the micro on the left side, and this is a hit where we added an extra critter launcher right after. Because we want, something distracting those rifles. Still took a while though. Every time a critter comes out, waste like half a second. But this was still a good hit with only 100 troop damage. Because once this beginning part goes down, then you can do a bunch of flares. Even ignoring the snipers, just get a good split. Hey Sam, what's going on? And we saw how full HCs do on this kind of base. Which we did 3 shock launchers for, heavy chopper Russian. But even 2 looks okay. They've never been great against compact bases. Especially that ugly micro. But even full on heavies, stalling quite a bit with those critters. And the last hit we're gonna show, more critter action. This guy even barding up 1 shield. Which still is a little annoying because it's only 4 arts. Why aren't top players using artillery? Well, when we face these compact bases, even arting the shield didn't do too much. Because you're using all your GB on shocking that grappler. And that means less GB to worry about boom cannons and rockets. And you can't really afford to go from one side. Because then you have these 2 ERs here and you can't really get a good split. So almost the only way to deal with these compacts is just spreading everyone out. Killing all the buildings around the same time. Because even this makes a split really tough. Gotta use a bunch of flares and still gets a few bombers across. And these ones against other critter factories, I mean, they were kind of close. They got 50 more troop damage. This guy with the best hit, but before we made like a ton of changes. I think either way would hit kind of this way. 4 HCs, 4 bombers. And almost ignore that critter factory, just worry about the side buildings. Who knows, maybe because he had brick it helped out too. Doing so much damage on this back end. 7 ER is the weirdest of all base layouts. I think 6 looks pretty weird this season. Never had one like that. If anything, I think 7 might be tough. Just tougher because of that grappler. We did think about maybe like a back compact, but if you have the choice, a front compact is usually better, because then right when you drop troops, gotta worry about it. But it says another top player. Maybe we get a bit lucky. It's been like half an hour, maybe 40 minutes since the match. Hey, Bench 130, what's going on? How's your season going? I'm not a super big fan of like cool defense stuff, but Critter Factory is kind of the exception. It's like making a mega prototype. Six was made very surgically with, yeah, that's true. Some bases were just boom cannon is just one tile different. It makes all the difference in the hit. And even cannon placements too, DCs. But who doesn't like a 7 where you just pile everything down? I think it's kind of surgical either way. You saw in the last like 5-6 matches, every single small change we made really helped us out. It's the downsides of being early to some new tech. There's no one else to test it for you. You gotta took it yourself, and then everyone can just copy it. Hey, nice, Matthew. Red Tide base helping out. Even if there is one better, I think we'll just stick with that base until we go to 7. Again, at some point, diamond is diamond. Tonight we can do one on more like still 6 ER hits, maybe facing 7s. Probably not good hits, because we don't really know how to hit 6s, 7s good. Like even this stream, we're doing bad hits, but only winning because of our Critter Factory. But tomorrow, Red Tide can go 7 and get some other stuff going. But no, I think we're pretty happy with that. And maybe just end off with Dr. T. It's still a leaderboard where you force close to win, but you know, almost at threat level 30. Maybe it gets better pretty soon. You know, if you notice, they don't even have max buildings. For whatever reason, Dr. T is capped out at like HQ 21, HQ 22 buildings. That's why we don't see like really upgraded shock launchers or even like rockets. Hey, thanks Matthew for the sub. Appreciate it. Suffering from success. And it's only suffering on stream, but otherwise, if we win, then not complaining. I know Dr. T still kind of sucks where you don't get any more crystals from 6 and 7. The rewards are kind of like, I think it just fragments the full way through. But I know a lot of people gave their feedback on rewards, and maybe they still change stuff. And even right now we're at level 26, so this is kind of our max rewards. Because once you get 27 and further, it really is the same. That's why you see 27, 28, 29. all the same loot. And we love lasers too. Too bad not in this season. And then just one more week to go for warships and get that break going. Don't know when Red Tide gets a Critter Factory, but maybe in like 5 days or so. So just a bit more time in prison. And of course at last Dr. T. Bench stuck in 1718, avoided Kavan, heavies and art. You know, we saw some people who were really quick to that building health and troop damage. Still no Kavan. So if you skipped him this far, I think yeah, just go straight to 7 and reach the end of the tree. Like I think it was this guy right here. He's got no mortars, no critter launchers, no Kavan. And he's all the way in 24 with just doing these kind of hits. Using HC bombers and brick. So I think it's pretty worth it, especially once you get that building health and troop damage. Maybe just be safer and do bomber hits, cause without critters, you know, rocket choppers is a bit tougher. So I'd get to B8, troop damage, and then go from there. But there you have it. Critter Factory in action, and a week to go to see how good it does. But we're going to wrap up the stream there, so thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you next time.